Good evening and welcome to the Stephen Leeson Culture Night Special, brought to you live from the Scientology Community Centre, Dublin. We're delighted to welcome Greenband to the show tonight. Greenband are an Irish folk group from Dublin, Meath, Louth and Waterford. With over 20 years of playing music, each band member brings his own unique style. So let's have some lively vocals, some fiddle, some banjo from Greenband. Take it away, boys.
Thank you very much, Angel. It's a pleasure to be here on the Culture Night, and thank you for inviting us. And we're going to start off nice and easy with one of our most requested songs, a great song written by a man called Richard Thompson. It's a song called Beeswing. Satan, when I came to town, they call it the summer of love. Burning babies, burning flags, our hearts against the toe. I took a job at a steamy down in Carlton streets, fell in love with a laundry girl who was working next to me. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath the wind would blow away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, so long as there's a price in love I stay. I wouldn't want any other way. From the hazy side across her face and a look of half surprise, like a fox caught in the headlights, there was animal in her eyes. She said, young man, oh can't you see I'm not the factory kind? You don't help me out of here, I'll surely lose my mind. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath the wind would blow away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, so long as there's a price in love I stay. I wouldn't want any other way. We bust around the market town for thinking down in Kent. We take pots and pans and knives everywhere we went. I said that we might settle down and get a few acres dug, a fire blazing in the harbour, baby, on the rug. She said, oh man, you foolish man, that surely sounds like hell. You might be lord of half the world, but you're not on me as well. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath the wind would blow away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, so long as there's a price in love I stay. I wouldn't want any other way. We camping down in Calvin's time, the work is pretty good. We wouldn't wave the harvest, I thought maybe that we should. We were drinking heavy in those days, our tempers reached a pitch. Like a fool I let her walk away, she took the rambling hitch. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath the wind would blow away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, so long as there's a price in love I stay. I wouldn't want any other way. They heard she'd live enough back in Davey beats, a bottle of white in the pocket, a wolf found at her feet. They say she even married once a man called Romany Brown, but even a gypsy caravan was too much like settling down. And I say her rose is faded now, had weather and had booze. Maybe that's the price you pay for change that you refuse. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath the wind would blow away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, so long as there's a price in love I stay. I wouldn't want any other way. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath the wind would blow away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, so long as there's a price in love I stay. I wouldn't want any other way. I wouldn't want
Yo. Give us a second, just tune this guitar. And this next song we're going to sing is a song that was made famous by a band called Goats Don't Shave, probably their biggest hit throughout their career so far. It's a song called Las Vegas and the Hills of Donegal.
We might act the goat in the middle of it.
Absolutely.
They talk about Atlantis that's lost beneath the sea, or the grave of the unknown soldier, the cry of the owl banshee. Who was the man in the iron mask who Jack the Ripper set free? Ask them always Donegal, it's still a mystery. And if I could like build a wall around old Donegal, then all that's sound to keep them out, by God I'd build a tall casinos, chicken ranches, I'd legalize them all. We'd have Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah, Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Playboy clothes, all-night clubs, blackjack and roulette. Mel Gibson, William Nelson, Mike Tyson having a bet. In his shoulder can be known for his multi-millionaires. Where Donald Trump and Howard Trump that'll live in solitaire. And if I could like build a wall around old Donegal, then all that sound to keep them out, by God I'd build a tall casinos, chicken ranches, I'd legalize them all. We'd have old Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah, Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. To stand on top of Berrygal would give me such a thrill. I hear it say in Dublin there's gold in them hills. So don't despair, cause if you're there the answer lies with me. The wall is steep and it's going cheap somewhere in Germany. And if I could I'd build a wall around old Donegal, then all that's town to keep them out, by God I'd build a town. Casinos, chicken ranches, I'd legalize them all. We'd have Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah, Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal.
We even finished on time, lads.
First time for everything. First time for everything.
Okay, this next one we're going to do is a great song written by a friend of ours by the name of Mike Hanrahan, and he sings it with his band called Stockton's Wing. It's a song called Beautiful Affair.
Than before, then you wonder why survive. Makes you feel alive. See all the doors swing open, your lights unfolding before your very eyes. Such a strange affair. Walking around, come into the sound, forget you down and feel the air. Beautiful affair. Comes a time when you look around and you see the oceans rise before your eyes. You're no surprise. You make your way down to the shore and climb on board. Give yourself a smile. Makes you feel alive. See all the doors swing open, your lights are falling before your very eyes. Such a strange affair. Walking around, come into the sound, forget you down and feel the air. Beautiful affair.
Thank you very much.
Well, everyone, I hope you're enjoying this beautiful cultural night here in the Scientology Centre here this evening. We're having a wonderful time. It's very exciting. We have the Green Band here with us, and they're absolutely amazing. We've been dancing in our seats over here, and I'm really excited to interview Stephen Leeson and the band, Green Band, and hear more about what's been going on. So, yes, how are you doing, guys?
Great, thanks for having us. Thanks, very well.
I tell you, there's great vibes between the three of you on the stage. I'm loving every moment of it.
Yeah, playing with two brothers in
I think
a
it's
band
always great to have a big crack on stage as well as music as well. Like,
It always helps, doesn't it? Yeah, for sure. So I'd like to go back to the beginning with Stephen, if you don't mind, you guys. So obviously, we're all here tonight because of the Stephen Leeson Show that started way back.
It's strange sitting here.
Yeah, I know, isn't it? So we're taking it back to there because obviously I'd like to know like how the journey has been for you from then to now.
Which the
as presenting the show.
Oh, about the show. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's been brilliant. Like, you know, just starting off during the pandemic, there was nothing to do really, and I met Aja. Actually, Aja, I think she sent me a text or something like that and asked me to come along and do something. Then I didn't turn up and she gave out to me.
You didn't turn up? I didn't hear about that.
I didn't know what was happening. I was like in the depths of depression during the pandemic, like, you know.
And she
texted me, I suppose you're not turning up. And I was like, yeah, what's the story? What's going on? And then
That's so funny.
We met and talked or whatever, and then I came in and we arranged to do a recording with Mick and Barry here, and we had Shay Kavanagh with us as well on bass. Remember, we did the recording for our CD. We recorded here.
Yeah.
And then on the day we thought about, Aja was like, have you got any ideas to do something? And we were like, well, Paddy's Day next week. We're doing nothing. Will we record and go live on Paddy's Day? We did that. And then she asked again, anything else? And I was like, well, there's this idea that I have like for this show, for interviewing people and getting bands and giving them a platform that is supposed to do with a record studio, or a company, sorry, but their studio was too small. So Aja just said, yeah, let's try it here. And then, I don't know how many shows later, here we are again, a year later anyway, more than a year and a half.
Yeah.
It's gone great. Couldn't be working with better people, like, you know.
Couldn't start the show without asking you that question.
And then we met you.
Then I came on the scene about 7 months ago to torment you.
Yeah.
But it's been good fun since, I have to say. It's been a great experience. So tell me how the Green Band came about.
Well, where do I start, lads? Who did I meet first? Me and you went first, wasn't it?
Anyway.
Yeah, we started at the beginning.
Start at the beginning. Brilliant.
I think myself and Mick, I think I was doing a gig in O'Shea's, if I'm right, wasn't I?
Yeah.
And Mick came in, someone got him to cover and come in, and then we ended up gigging together and then got on like a house on fire. And then I think I was gigging with the band with the Invincibles, wasn't it?
You did a few gigs with us.
A few gigs with the Invincibles. I was covering and then met the lads. And then that was a few years ago, though, wasn't it? How long ago was that? Like, maybe could be 7 or 8 years ago. Like, you know, 7 or 8 years ago. So we've always been gigging together separately. And then I think it was Barry said to me, well, we did a couple of recordings or whatever that after. We did 3 recordings of songs. And we just had that at Stephen Leeson and the Maguires because we didn't know what we were going, like, you know.
Is that what it was called originally?
Originally, yeah, Stephen Leeson and the Maguires.
Oh, the Maguires. Who's the
Maguire
Maguires?
brothers. They're the Maguires.
Oh, they're the Maguires.
Mick and Barry Maguire, yeah. So that's what we started off with. And then I think it was Barry said to me, will we just, like, get a band together? Because we weren't really doing it like that, were we?
No.
And then...
just a bit of crack, wasn't it? A bit of crack. No,
yeah.
Just a bit of fun, you know.
We weren't promoting it or doing nothing with it. So, yeah, Barry said to me, can we just make a band of this? And I was like, yeah, okay, let's just, like, come up with a name and give a go at it. And that's really how it happened. And at that stage, we'd already done the recording here. And we hadn't even decided we were going to be a band then. So you can imagine, like, months and months later, all right, we're going to be a band and we already have this recording, let's do something with it. So that's what we did, and that's how
many a name passed through the...
Oh, yeah,
how did that come about, actually? Like, I was thinking about it myself because I was trying to figure out how you call the band Greenband. And when I was going into the green room tonight, I wanted that trick with Stephen going into the green room every night. Did that have an effect? Probably didn't think about it.
Barry will tell you how we were trying to figure it out because he wasn't even part of the name.
I still don't know how they call it.
I didn't even tell you about it.
Yeah, we were outside David's discussing names of bands, and every name we came up with, there was a band.
Yeah.
So it was nigh on impossible to think of a name. You come up with it.
Yeah, we were searching, like, we were trying to think of something gimmicky, right? Because you can't sell CDs at a gig anymore, like, and so we were like, well, we know a band called the Beer Mats, so that was gone, like, you know. Yeah, because they sell beer mats, like, you know, like these things here, like, you know, they have
beer mat on it.
Yeah, the beer mats. So, and then we had the paddy hats. There's a band in Germany called that, like, you know. And we were searching because you have to search names and domain names so we could create a website. And then I was like, okay, let's just call it something simple. Greenband is what I came up with. So we still haven't created the bands yet. And we're like, we'll sell these things that, like, have our logo on it as a band. And that's and we searched it, and there's some company in America called Greenband, I think. So then we had to make sure it was GreenbandMusic, so that if someone was searching. That's really how it was, wasn't it?
Basically, yeah.
And then we told Mick, and we already said it to the website.
Tonight's the first time I heard it.
Yeah, I know. What's the story like? Do we all get free ones then, or do we have to pay? Like?
Yeah, of course.
I'm just checking it out.
Yeah, we haven't even got
a beer mat for everyone in the audience.
A beer mat for everyone in the audience.
Are they going to be green?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Maybe that's another gimmick. We'll have it.
There you go.
Absolutely,
there you go.
Yeah.
And obviously then we have what is, now don't tell me now. We have Barry. Barry.
People always get that wrong. Oh.
Well, okay, Mick.
No, Barry.
That's Mick and that's Barry.
Could you not have just come along with, like, two little, like,
Name
Mick and
tags.
Barry? So that's Barry. No?
No, Mick.
That's Mick. This is Mick beside me, right? And that's Barry.
You should have called Man Mick at this point. This is
Yes, we'll simplify things.
So anyway.
We have it.
I've even forgotten.
Mick. That's Barry.
Sorry, Mick. So you're oh my goodness me. So you're the fiddle player, am I right? Tell me I'm right on
He's
that.
the banjo player. Angel. Right, Mick is holding the beer mat, okay? And he plays the banjo.
Okay.
I'm the banjo player of
He's
this
the banjo
band.
player, right?
So they tell me.
Oh, the sweat's pouring off me all of a sudden. So tell me about what you've been up to before even the Green Band.
I was always in music anyway. I've been playing since I was 15.
Yeah.
Over in England and stuff like that. And my father, God rest him, used to get us out to sessions and stuff like that, you know? Mm-hmm. And he just told me one day, he just said, I want you to play music, I want you. So we just did. Yeah. We just got into it because your parents tell you, you know, you look up to them as role models, so you do what they... And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did that, you know? Haven't looked back since, you know? And it's been great.
Did you guys, like, work as brothers?
Always. Yeah, all the time.
So now I forgot.
Barry here, on my right. Started playing about a year after I did. He started playing the music about a year after I did, you know, and he'd learn from me.
Great growing up, bouncing off each other with music. He'd learn a tune, I'd learn a tune. You know, it was always music in the house anyway.
Had you have arguments as well, you know, whether you're playing it right or not, you know.
Had your family members that were involved and that made you get involved in the music scene?
Only your father. The old man, he was my father was the biggest influence on us with the music.
Mother had a great ear in music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She used to our influences with pop music and country music came from the mother side. And our influence from traditional music really came from the father side.
Oh, man, yeah.
Do you know?
What was the reason you chose the instruments that you play?
The father said it, didn't he?
He just said that's what you're playing,
the
that's
banjo.
it.
He said, Mick, he said, you'll play the banjo. He said,
Did he?
Barry, he said, you'll play the fiddle. You know?
I never lived.
Aye.
I should have put a description of both you on the
We just did it. We just did it.
Oh my goodness me, it's so
It's been
funny.
a good journey, you know.
Yes.
You know, we could write 10 books, and we're not finished yet. You know?
Would you write a book?
Oh, I could write loads of books.
Yeah.
Not sure you want to read it. I'm not sure you want to read it, you know.
And as a matter of interest, where is Shay?
Where's Shay? Shay is on tour. He plays at the Dublin Legends. So it was kind of difficult for us as such at the start because Shay obviously wants to be part of it and we want him to be part of it because it's just like he's the final piece to the band as such. You know, when you have a bass guitar, like, you know, and the sound that he's creating, and just his experience because he's played with loads of bands over the years, but he's lucky enough to be doing the big gigs with the Dublin Legends. So he's only able to do gigs with us when he's available. And at the minute, as I say, he's on tour with them. I'm not sure whether they're always somewhere. They could be Germany or Holland or somewhere. I'm not sure where they are at the minute, but that's why he's missing. We'd love to have him here.
Well, then that's a good enough excuse.
Yeah.
And what was an influence for you, Stephen? Influence in your life and influence musically for you?
Similar to the lads, my dad, and my dad used to play in a band with Shay.
Wow, I love
So
that.
that's the truth there as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just grew up listening to music all my life, but never really got involved or never learned anything until I was probably 16 or 17.
Yeah.
And then, then you kind of, it's easy to learn quicker because you already have all the songs and stuff in your head, like, you know, from listening to them over the years and giving out about them and preferring pop music and all that stuff and all the techno music, like, you know, when you're a teenager.
Yes. So you guys actually go back a long way, which is great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
Do you ever actually bring in something like a techno into Irish? Is it doable?
I think like there's modern music now, isn't there? Like that are kind of doing that. Like, you know, even the stomp box that I'm playing now, that's relatively new in Irish music. Although I'm using it probably around 10 years or whatever, but that used to be like just shunned upon. You wouldn't use anything like that, you know. It's like you'd have to have a bower on or something in the band or whatever, you know. But that's kind of accepted. But there's modern bands now that are introducing techno stuff and with some deadly banjo playing and stuff like that, isn't there?
Oh, there is. There's good bands out there.
Yeah, it's definitely developing, like, you know.
And who previously have you played with?
Have I played with?
Yeah.
The first band I ever played with was, the first gig I ever had was with up in Johnny Fox's pub with a band called Dublin's Legacy. And then I got the opportunity to join a band called the Dublin City Ramblers, and that's more or less when I went full time, and I travelled the world with them, really, like, you know. And then I went solo, and then I met these guys, and yeah, that's it, like, you know. But played with different people over the years as well.
Where's your favourite place to tour?
To tour. Jeez, I
You
don't
got to
know,
say
actually,
Ireland
you
now,
know.
of
Yeah,
course.
Ireland, of course, definitely, yeah.
I'll say Temple Bar.
Temple Bar, yeah.
God, no. But the bread and butter,
Yeah,
you know.
of course,
The
but-
bread and butter. You know, we do it. Even our, like, it's either myself and Barry or myself and Mick, like, even just as a two-piece sometimes we're playing, like, you know. We do a mad gig in Devitt on the Thursday night anyway, don't we?
That is a mad gig, yeah.
It's a good one to go to. But as regards to countries, I don't know really, like, you know.
Is it a different feeling? Do they take our Irish music differently to how we perceive it? Are they better?
If you can make it in Ireland, you'll make it anywhere in the world, is what I'd say, because an Irish audience is the most difficult audience. I think. I don't know. Like, it's much easier to please an audience foreign somewhere than at home. That's why a lot of people travel with, especially with our type of music, like, you know.
You can be really judged in Ireland,
Yeah.
music-wise.
I suppose the competition is crazy, isn't it?
I think that's really in any genre. I think if you make it in other scenes, if you make it anywhere else, if you make it in America, you're going to do better in Ireland.
Oh yeah, they'll accept you when you come home after
Yeah.
making it somewhere else, but not while you're here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What motivates you all?
The love of music.
Yeah, so yeah, the passion.
Absolutely love
Yeah.
music.
Nothing beats being up there on the stage when you get that buzz between you. You know, it just feels you can't go wrong,
Yeah.
you know.
It's magical, yeah.
Especially when you see people enjoying it, that really gives you then you know you're doing something right, you know. That's what it's all about.
I think when you get that connection just through looking into each other's eyes without saying anything and know that it's a really good moment.
Definitely, yeah.
There's a really good
You just
feeling
get
about
these
that.
vibes, you get the vibes, you know.
But even ourselves for a band, like, you know, like, let's talk about our rehearsals.
Oh, what
Oh
rehearsals?
yes,
What
let's talk about it.
There's virtually none.
Yeah.
Our rehearsal was like for 10 minutes before we started tonight. just because we're gigging together all the time. Like, you know, when we did the album, and Shay blended in perfect with us, because Shay knows me inside out from playing music for years. I've done loads of gigs with him over the years, and then the same with the lads. So, but they hadn't played with Shay before. We did one rehearsal at that time, didn't we, before we recorded the album?
Yeah, it was.
So we did the full album with one rehearsal before, like a couple of weeks before, and then come in and do it. But that's when you gel with someone that way. It's just
it works.
It's brilliant, like, you know. That's when I'm at my highest, I suppose, you know.
And what about in 5 years' time for you guys? Is there
Well,
a
we'll probably
long-term
hate
plan?
each other to start with.
Well, you know,
5 years.
you'll hate me anyway after getting your names wrong tonight.
Barry.
Barry and Mick. What?
Sorry, Barry.
Yeah. You know what's going to happen now? That's going to be a joke between you on the stage now forever.
That's for sure.
It will.
I'm telling you. So yeah, 5 years' time, continue on what you're doing.
We kind of wanted to, because we're gigging around Ireland and Dublin a lot, like, you know, as our bread and butter, and gigging for so long full time, like, you know. Our goal, kind of, well, I think if I'm speaking right, our goal with this band is to start doing festivals and stuff like that abroad. Like, even the gigs that we're focusing on next year, it's kind of focusing on festivals as opposed to the gigs that we already have and we can do, like, you know. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
Good.
Is the album out?
Oh yeah, we have our album. It's called Going Back. We'll do the song later for you. Yeah.
Why Going Back?
That's available. Just out of the selection of songs, that was just one we chose, wasn't it? We chose
It sounded like a good name for an album. Do you
Going
know?
Back is a good
Going
name.
Back.
Yeah. I was
it's a good
wondering, were
song
you
as well.
going back over your career? Was that the reason why?
No, I hadn't really thought about it. It was just, when we were taking the name of the album, we were going through the songs, and Barry again just said, Going Back would be a good name. I was like, oh, perfect, grand. And that was the name of the album, like, you know.
There's never much debate, like, you know.
A friend of mine wrote it, a guy called Johnny Slater wrote the song years ago about going back and forward to London and Liverpool, and being a musician, he was broke all the time, and his wallet got robbed, and he had no money in the wallet, and they gave him the wallet back because he had no money in it.
I hope they put something in it.
Is that a true story?
That's the story,
They really get his wallet
I
back?
think so, yeah.
God, that's hilarious.
I don't know what is true, but that's
Yeah,
what
but
we
it
said,
sounds
anyway.
good. So what's next for you guys?
Well, we're already talking about recording another album. That's definitely on the cards, for sure. Even though we've only released the other one about 2 months ago or 3 months ago, like, you know, but we're already ready to record another. Well, not 100% ready. We're just picking songs and tunes and stuff like that, you know. That's it, really. Like,
Looking for gigs and festivals.
Yeah, we're looking for gigs for next year.
And where can you guys be found?
We have a website that's not made yet or not designed.
There's no rush.
It's called GreenbandMusic.com, right? I bought the domain
Don't bother
name.
looking at it.
I have pictures of us on it, but I haven't designed it yet. It will be there. Facebook, Instagram, and all those things that we're not good at using. It's there.
Yeah, I think what happens is when you're doing a gig and other people see you at the gig, that's where the magic happens. People book
But
you
it's
from
actually,
those kind of gigs.
Stephen, I tell you, it's so hard to find time to do things when you
Yeah,
fly out
especially when
gigging
you're
all the
gigging.
time.
Yeah.
It's really hard to focus on other bits and pieces. It really takes a lot out of you, you know.
Well, I have to say, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, pleasure.
Honestly, I've really enjoyed the interview. I know it's a little bit giddy at times, but it's just... And I've heard so much about you guys, obviously through Stephen.
Especially Barry.
Yeah, I'm going to never live this down. You're going to be saying this to me every week now. But it was so nice to meet you and see actually the connection between you three. And because I obviously see Greenband on the socials, and so you sound amazing on that. But still, it's nice to actually be in your company and see the three of you operating together. It's beautiful.
Thanks for having us.
Exactly. Yeah.
So thanks so much. So I think you should go back now and make some more happy
We're going back.
music.
We're going back.
Going back. Yeah, we're going back.
Thanch so much, guys.
Thank you very much, Angela. Thank you.
Oh my God, that was just, I'm telling you something, I really enjoyed that interview with the guys. They're such fun. And yes, I don't think Barry and Mick are going to forgive me ever. But anyway, what can I do? Thanks to Stephen Leeson and the Green Band. It's been a pleasure. Come back and see you soon. And take it away, boys.
Thank you very much, Angela. We appreciate that. I'm even confused now about who's who here. So we're going to start back with a song called The Banks of the Roses.
On the banks of the roses, we live a nice and down. Lights a get me fiddle for to play me little tune. The middle of the tune, oh, she sighed and she said, "Let Johnny happy, Johnny, won't you leave me?" Oh, when I was a young man, I heard your father say, "As soon as he had let me boy to bury them in the clay, rather than be married to Ruben Rundaway. By the lovely sea banks, the roses, on the banks of the roses, we love a nice sit down. I'd to help me billboards and play me love a tune. The middle of the tune, oh, she sighed and she said, Johnny happy, Johnny, won't you leave me? Well, now I am a runaway, and sure I'll let you know I can take a good glass and leave it alone. Her father doesn't like it, he keeps us out at home. And Johnny will go roving with another on the banks of the roses. We love a nice and down. I to help me billboards and play me love a tune. The middle of the tune, oh, she sighed and she said, Johnny happy, Johnny, won't you leave me? And when I get married, be in the months of May, the leaves they are green and the meadows they are gay. Me and my true love will sit to sport and play by the lovely sea banks, the roses on the banks of the roses. We love a nice and down. I take out me billboards and play me love a tune. The middle of the tune, oh, she sighed and she said, Johnny happy, Johnny, won't you leave me? On the banks of the roses, we love a nice and down. I take out me billboards and play me love a tune. The middle of the tune, oh, she sighed and she said, oh, Johnny happy, Johnny, won't you leave me? Oh, Johnny happy, Johnny, won't you leave me?
Thank you very much. Okay, this next song we're going to do, we're going to do a bit of bluegrass this time. It's a great song called the MTA, which stands for the Metropolitan Transport Authority. And it's, the story goes that it was written about a fee that they brought in over in Massachusetts for, there was a charge to get on the train, which would be kind of normal, but then there was a fee that they had for you to get off the train. So some poor devil got stuck on the train because he couldn't afford to get off it.
He's still on it today.
And he's still on that train today.
He owes him a fortune.
He sure does. It builds up. So here we go with the MTA.
He's that man who never returns. Let me tell you all the story about a man named Charlie on his tragic and fateful day. He pretends in his pocket, kisses his wife and family, went to ride on the MTA. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever near the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned. Johnny handed his time at a Kellogg Square station. He changed for Jamaica plan. When he got there, the conductor asked one more nickel. Johnny couldn't get off of that train. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever near the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned. So all night long, Johnny rode through the tunnel, saying, what will become of me? I can I afford to see my sister in Chelsea, or my cousin in Roxbury? Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever near the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned. every day at 2:15. Through the open window she hands Charlie a sandwich. The train comes rumbling through. Did he ever return? No, he never returned. And his fate is still unknown. He may ride forever near the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned. Citizens of Boston, don't you think it's a scandal that people have to pay and pay? By the fare increase and for the Georgia Prime, it's Charlie of the MTA. Did he ever return? No, he never returned. And his fate is still unknown. He may ride forever neath the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned. Yo!
Thank you very much. Now, folks, our last song we're going to do is, we were talking about it earlier, it's the title track of our latest album, our only album so far. And it's a song, as I say, written by a man called Johnny Slater. It's a song called Going Back.
Well, on the Liverpool boat, summer stormy cold, me want and money too. I hitched night and way down to Cowell Bay and ended up in Crewe. Well, I finally made it down here to London town, oh, the live long day. Just keep your roses and follow your noses this way. I'm going back where the beach is near, the beer is near, the stacks are women and the grind. You can hear a man sing a bell bang bang, Tazzy Mazza and the Mats. And you can smell the time by the Liffey side, 8-1-1s all day. Oh Lord save us, the town that raises, I'm going back. Well, down in Camden Town, I threw me last pound, drinking in the hour halfway. And I bumped into Roughton, and someone was shouting, he never got shy of that day. It seems to me, the people you see are all alone the crowd. They keep on smiling, but inside it's screaming out loud. I'm going back where the beach is near, the beer is near, the stacks are women and the grind. You can hear a man sing a bell bang bang, Zazzy Mazza and the Mats. And you can smell the time by the Liffey side, 8-1-1s all day. Oh Lord save us, the town that raises, I'm going back. But now the flashing lights of London sights, the high-rise apartment blocks, and the poor unfortunate views sleeping in Waterloo, the beds of cardboard box. Now the people you see are all the same, are all alone in the crowd. Keep on smiling, but inside are screaming out loud. I'm going back where the beach is near, the beer is near, the stacks are women and the grind. You can hear a man sing a bell bang bang, Tazzy a town that raises, I'm going by.
Thank you.
Bravo. Bravo to the Green Band and Stephen Leeson. Thank you so much for a fantastic evening, for cultural night. It was absolutely amazing. We had such a laugh with Stephen, Mick and Barry. We won't mention names ever again. It was such fun. Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you all next week. Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you. Bye.